Hi there, everybody. Not Sporebat here, and welcome back to Minecarts and Redstone, and with some building, of course, as well. So today we're going to look at some more furnaces here. But I imagine after you guys watched my last video, some of you may have said to yourself, "Spore, why has it got to be so complicated and so big?" And yeah, very big build, lots of parts, etc. Lots of moving parts. Maybe you guys are an early game player where you don't have all that fancy stuff I had, all that sticky slime, and all the sticky pistons and all that kind of stuff. Maybe you haven't progressed that far yet. You still are looking for those resources. So I decided to release this for you. Just built some fairly simple furnace setups here, something really easy to put together. Not a lot of required items besides a few hoppers, maybe a couple of rails and stuff, and even just no hopper or no rails even. I'll do a couple variations, one with rails, one without. So we'll get started here and we will go over the one with the minecarts here first. Don't worry about the crafting table up there, it's just there. So alright, so we'll go start outside here. This is our output chest for anything that is smelted, goes in here just like this, and you can open it up or put some stairs here if you want, whichever. So our smelted items come into here, and we just have a hopper line here going all the way down, and then around the corner and out to our chest. And I just covered up nicely so you don't see all the hoppers. You can do the same out front. You could cover it all in if you wanted. And as long as you don't block any functions or anything like that, you should be fine. So then we have 5 furnaces all the way across here. 5 hoppers facing down into them, all the way at the top here, all the way across. Our 5 hoppers all the way at the back facing in. And we have minecarts rails here, powered rails on top of each hopper, and also one past. Now make sure if you do this, you just make sure you build it like this where the minecart actually goes all the way over the hopper and then one more rail. Because if you have a block here, the minecart's actually going to bounce off somewhere around here, and it's only going to get over top of about 1/4 of this hopper. Once it's going here, I'll modify one of these here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then because then the last furnace doesn't get as many items as all the rest. But if the minecart goes all the way across over to this rail and then back again, it'll be nicely evenly distributed all the way across all 5 furnaces will be your product. So now I have pre-loaded our chest here with some smeltable items. Maybe we'll add just a couple more in here like that. And we're not going to turn it on yet. We got to go put some fuel in here. So we have a fuel chest out here with a minecart and hopper as well. And it is a trapped chest. Now with the trapped chest, if you have a minecart rail or whatever underneath here, powered rail, when you open the lid, it's going to power your rail constantly. Now you can see the rail there. It's really hard to tell. The piece of granite is in the way. Maybe if I go here. No. No. Well, anyways, I have to put it. Every time you open the lid, it powers the chest, powers the rail, sorry, till you close it. So I think that's how a trapped chest works, by locking hoppers. Because every time you open a trapped chest, items quit going out or coming in. So it probably sends a redstone signal to the adjacent hopper that it's touching and shuts it off. So that's how it works. And I did test it with a regular chest up here, and it doesn't do that. Regular chests don't do this. So that would be the difference between a regular chest and trap chest. Trap chest sends out a redstone signal when you open the lid. So it's kind of good information to know. All right, so what we're going to do here, and I've noticed a couple things now, a furnace setup like this with minecarts and rails is almost better to have, well, it doesn't matter. Lava is my preferred choice, but if you do not have it, you're better off to have something like coal, kelp block, or blocks of coal, or something with a lot of numbers in a minecart track one, because then the minecart passes across each one and distributes it evenly. So each furnace is going to get fuel right away, which is a good thing. Whereas opposed to something like this that is built with just hoppers and no minecarts, you're better off with lava buckets because it's only 5 buckets to fill a hopper as opposed to 64 items. It only takes 5 buckets because 1 bucket is the same as a whole stack. And I'll show you later what I mean why once we get started with this one. So we're just about done with this one here. So we got our fuel. We need to throw some fuel in here. So we are going to throw in the kelp block in here. And we'll throw 4 stacks in. And you can let it filter in here if you really want. It doesn't take very long. It's only a couple seconds after you throw it in. You know it's full. And there we have 4 stacks of kelp block in. We'll turn it on, and our fuel will now start being deposited in here. And actually, oops, my bad. Wrong button. We'll make sure we don't have any lava buckets in any of these, which I see I do. I thought I emptied it out, but I didn't. And you also saw there that when I smashed the furnace, I got experience. Now I've been running these, and if you don't manually take a piece out of here that is smelted, you will not get the experience from smelting it unless you break the furnace, or you at one point in time come over and grab 1 unsmelted item. So I suggest maybe doing something like this. Take a lever and put it on just 1 random hopper on here, or you could actually, to be honest, you should do all of them, I guess. I think each one has its own experience maybe. And or you could just switch your lever across and do one at a time. So anyways, okay, let's get our stuff started here. So we got all our smeltable items in here. We've got a whole random assortment. We got some wood, some stone, some cobblestone, some copper, raw copper, red sands, a little bit of netherrack, some raw beef, and some potatoes, and some kelp. So we're gonna fire this bad boy up here, and we're gonna let it go to town here. Let it go to work. Well, whatever that was about. Alright, let's see how fast it's grabbing items here. Looks like it's grabbing 11. Yep, it's grabbing 11 items. And away it goes. And it is distributing our items nicely in our furnaces. And it's already got quite a few in each one. It's only been a few passes, you can see here. And we are almost basically perfect all the way across. Yep, distributes it beautifully. Now you can see we had the birch log in here, which we don't have no more in here and no more in here. So now our hoppers are starting to pile up with other items, waiting for our birch logs to finish. So that's what's going on there. And we see our kelp blocks are already almost distributed. No, what's going on here? These carts must be interfering with each other here, I see. Maybe if you got your fuel cart all enough fuel in here, like this is probably more than enough kelp block to smelt for more than many days. Shut your fuel off, then they won't interfere with each other. I've never actually had them bump into each other like that on a curve like this, so that'd be the first time I had that. And maybe you just got to make it go straight out and turn instead of both of them coming down to the same level here. Or you could just take this one and just switch it up a little. Powered rail. Oh, no, let's not do that. Hang on. There we go. Powered rail. Just like this. And it comes down and then you don't have interference. You shouldn't anyways. How are we doing? We still got a ways to go. We're about halfway through. Let's just turn this on and investigate, see if it still does what it was doing. It shouldn't. That's better. just do something like that to not so much interference on our mine carts, and away we go. So now, what I was talking about earlier about this experience thing, we'll turn you off for a minute. I'm sure these furnaces are busy enough for a minute as well. Okay, we'll come over to each furnace and we're gonna lock each hopper under each furnace just for a minute, and we're gonna let our thing smelt here and we're gonna see what happens. So you once in a while should come over here and make sure you take something out of your furnace. Just make sure you do it out of each one, and you hear the little dings there. We will get our experience. Now, I don't know if there's a different way to do it to make it just automatically you get your experience or anything like that when you come over here, but I don't think so. But yeah, then you just come, make sure you pick something out of each furnace and turn them back on so they work, and away you go. You can do the same over here as well. Put a row of blocks in front. This last one here might be a little troublesome, so maybe it is a good idea that we didn't put our chest right here like I did on this one. So, but that is yeah, that will be this setup we have here. Now our minecart is really plugged up with a whole bunch of random stuff. There we go. She's cleaning out now. Our copper's gonna clean out here in a second. It is really nice how it cleans out real well. Now is it gonna pull more out of here? Oh yeah. And you could. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We can stop our cart, which probably isn't gonna be. Is that gonna fit? That got it. No, a little bit more. A couple more inches. There we go. That's gotta be under the chest now. Of course it isn't under the chest. Why would it be under the chest? This minecart's being real difficult, you know. There, I think we got it now. No, we don't. Every time we push it underneath, it just grabs more. Okay, that's enough. All right, all right, all right. Everything out of the chest yet? Almost. There, we should have got it that time. Almost. Stack of potatoes. My cart's full, though. So there we go. Just rocking and rolling. Well, while that thing is almost emptying out here, come on. There we go. Come on, minecart. Seven items. Done. Now we're gonna let the minecart run and empty itself out. Noisy as all heck. Alright, so we're gonna go over this next one here. This next one is just hopper based, and that's it. Now, this one I had to do differently for a certain reason. Now, we want both of our items smelted, stuff to be smelted, and fuel coming in on the same side. Now, a couple reasons here is it's a hopper line. So in order for the product to go from these hoppers into this furnace, that's easy. Just goes in out of the chest into this hopper or this one, whichever. This one says, hey, I can grab it and take it out. It'll just pull it out of here instead of it following down the line. It's just going to go straight down and start filling this furnace. So we're going to get one stack in the furnace, and then we're going to get 5 stacks in here before it filters over into the next furnace. So this one's going to fill right up to as much capacity as it can take. And then if we have extra items again, after that, more than 6 stacks, then we'll start filling this furnace and this one. So then that's why I say a furnace like this with just hoppers, I really, really recommend just lava buckets and nothing else. Don't put coal or something in there because it will take a long, long time for 64 coal to pile up in here and then 5 more stacks of coal to pile up in here. Um, Sorry, but on the backside here, in these back hoppers here along our fuel line, and yeah, it would take a long, long time. There'd be a lot of stacks of coal, whereas opposed to just having 5 buckets in a hopper and one in here, that's a lot faster. 6 items as compared to whatever 64 times 6 is. That's a lot. That's a lot of items. That's like 3,500, I think. I have to get my calculator out, but somewhere around there. It's a lot. Anyways, okay, so the way this one works is I did not label them. I apologize. But as you can tell by the hoppers here, these ones are higher up and they are sitting over top of the furnaces, so this will be our input chest. So we'll just come over here and we're going to dump a whole bunch of goodies in here. Some logs, some stone, some potatoes. Can't throw any fuel in there, that's not a good idea. And a whole bunch of kelp. And I do believe that is everything. So we'll throw that all in there. Now it's going to start filtering in here. I can't show you because as soon as you open the lid, it's going to stop filtering through. And of course, our items are all filtering into the first one here. And as you can see, first one only. Why is that in there? Oh, is it that fast? Maybe because it's maybe because we put a few different kinds of items in here. That may be why it's doing that. I never had that last time. I did test this system. I guess maybe once it piles up, yeah, I don't know. It is carrying on into the next furnace quicker though than it was last time. It took a long time for it to get down into the other furnaces. So all right, so we're gonna come in here and we're gonna use lava buckets in this one because there's so many. And we're going to need quite a few to fill up all our hoppers to get it across. So we're just going to fill this double chest right full. And we'll see what happens here. We'll see how long it takes for it to come across to here. It'll be pretty easy. Actually, look, it's coming across pretty fast. It is only 5 buckets in each hopper, plus 1 in a furnace. So really, it doesn't take that long. You can see there, that filled up. We don't have any items in here yet, because our items are still filtering in here. This just started in here, we see coming into here. It'll be kind of odd because the way the items work, we don't really want to plug our hoppers and stuff. So if you have a lot of different items, this may happen where you have lots of stuff backed up into one hopper, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. You can see something is switching here. Yeah, still haven't gone into the last one there. And we still have a bunch of stacks of kelp to go, so we'll see how long it takes for it to come into this hopper here. Well, we might not get it. It might just fill this one. Just throw a bunch more in. All right, well, we'll have a look here and see what's going on. So this one I did change a little bit. I did put the furnace output straight out the front of the last furnace into a chest. And I did throw a hopper underneath here and a second chest down here just for a little extra storage capacity, which we could have done on this one as well. We could have just put a hopper underneath and another chest. Raised this up a little higher if you wanted, and away we go. So this one is busy working away as well. So, and what do we have in our output chest so far? It hasn't been that many minutes. We've got quite a bit of items in here. How did this get in here? Oh yeah, when I smashed that furnace. Actually, yeah, this did really well here. Let's have a look at our other furnace, see how it's doing, considering we just started it. We're doing good, I would say. So far we've used 3 furnaces started up. We're still waiting on this one here. We're just about there. Another stack, we'll just help it along like this, just to see what happens. Yeah. So then this one you could actually like hide in a wall, so the only thing you see out of here, and especially if you ran your hopper line the opposite way, so that your hopper line emptied out over here, you could technically have all three chests really close together. You can have like your input here, this one here, and then your output would be, well, a couple blocks down or whatever. So you might need a kind of a taller room to set it up. And I don't know if you can just have one row of hoppers across the top. I don't think so. I don't think that's possible. So I do like this setup a little better. It might be a little harder on fuel, but it does do a better job of like distributing stuff, I think. As this, because you see we're still not up to full capacity here. This one just started finally. And of course, we're still waiting on this one to start. So all 5 furnaces haven't started yet. So we're not up to full capacity. Whereas this one, the moment the rail car goes over top once or twice, all 5 furnaces are being productive. So this one probably is a bit more efficient than a hopper-based system like this. But the hopper-based system is for everybody that's like, hey, Spore, I really don't like those minecarts rolling around all day. So I mean, it is awful quiet and nice, as opposed to, hang on, we gotta get the other one too, you know. So as opposed to this. So yes. And honestly, the fuel one, if you are using like lava buckets or something, you don't have to pass it that many times. And lava is very easy to get now. You just need some cauldrons, some pointed dripstone. You have to go kind of look in caves for it. And you don't need dripstone block. You could use any block here, I believe. Stone, anything like that. The pointed dripstone is what's important over the cauldron, and they will eventually just fill back up with lava. And then you come on over here with an empty bucket, grab up your lava, and it doesn't even take that long for them to fill up again. So you can get a lot of lava very quickly with just a few cauldrons. Okay. Yes, this is a good one. This is a very nice setup, but it is better to turn it on and walk away and go do something else at the other end of the base. Is basically what that is. Or you put it in the back corner of your base somewhere where you're not going to listen to these minecarts going back and forth, because that does get pretty old after a while. Now look at this. We still have not caught up to this. And we have some smelted product hanging out in these top hoppers here. Ooh, we don't got much. We might not even get to hit the 5th furnace. See that? We'll just throw a little extra in. Yeah, see? This one is nowhere near as efficient as the minecart one. You really, really got to load it up full. And then you're dealing with possibly 5 random stacks in each one here. And look, we even have one missing. I don't know why there's one missing there, but it is. Oh, I think the kelp's going through. Should start piling up. Yeah, there we go. Once this one stopped. So yeah, we still haven't hit this furnace. You really got to throw a lot of items in this one, I see. It's fairly efficient though. It's still working pretty good pace. It's too bad we didn't put the exact same amount of items in each one and started them both at the same time. Would have been kind of interesting to see. Maybe I will do that test one day. I am going to leave these guys alone. These are going to sit here. In case anybody has questions or anything, I can come back here and we can reference things. So now as for over here with our same as on the other side. Now we can't do this, but this is, ooh, this is a trapped chest. I don't think I'm fast enough though, am I? No. Can we grab it as it comes out? Let's spam our mouse button. Then it'll save us some levers and blocks. Or levers, anyway. No. Well, So same on this furnace setup. Whoops. And we could lock this one and let it back right up. Oh no, it would... Is it back up into this chest? Well, it may not. It might actually back this furnace up here. We'll see in a second. Nope. Nope. No, you would have to design it so you can get 5 of these all the way across the front to lock each one. Come over here. Grab your experience. And actually, after a fairly decent smelting session, you actually get quite a bit of experience. So the last hopper here, we can't get this one. And pulling a lava bucket doesn't do anything. So I'm sure you could make something a little more fancy than that. Maybe something better than what I had. And we do need to figure out a way to get this last one done here. Oops. More than one way, that's for sure. Let's grab our experience out of this thing. There we go. Not very much, but we got it. So yeah, make sure when you design your furnaces, you take that into account, that stuff like that's going to happen. So it is a good thing to have, yeah, it's a good thing to have off switches. So you can just come over here and grab your smelted product. Oh, actually it piles up pretty quick. We just did this on these furnaces on this side. Didn't take very long. That's actually quite a bit too, by the sounds of it. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. So okay, there's a good little tip for you for some free experience as well. Smelt stuff. And then make sure you take something out of your furnaces. And if you forget at the very end and everything's all done, just come over here and smash it too. That works as well. Alright everybody, I do believe that should be our furnace setup. Ooh, look, we finally got the 5th one going here. Took quite some time, but it did pile up into it, I see. All that extra red sand we threw in. How are we doing with this mumbo jumbo stuff over here? Our mixed up hoppers. Well, we're getting there. Oh, we just switched to kelp, I see. Whatever it was we were doing there last stack just finished, and it's bringing in a new stack. So it is nice. And even if this hopper was backed up way up here and it had kelp in it, it should be pulling it through too. Hoppers kind of work like that. They'll kind of pull each item as it goes through, unless it's not in front of the next hopper. So, all right, that beats some furnaces for you guys. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna empty this out here, and have a great day.